All right, good morning, everyone. All right, good morning, everyone. Okay, let's get started. Firstly, let's go over economic data for today. All right, for June the 1st, we've got the following information. Um, Firstly, Challenger job cuts year over year, 286.7%. I don't know if that's good or bad, to be honest. But 8:15 a.m. We've got ADP non-farm employment change, which is 278,000. So that is a lot better than expected. The expectation was 173,000, so we got a lot more. Um, then we've got unemployment claims, which came in as expected at 232,000. Expectation was 236,000. Um, Revised non-farm productivity quarter over quarter came in at negative 2.1%, which is worse than expected. They were expecting negative 2.6%. Um, I thought that would be better. Wait a minute. I thought this number would mean we got better than expected. Okay. Revised unit labor cost quarter over quarter came in less than expected at 4.2%, which in this context actually is probably a good thing. But whatever the case may be, it's considered a miss. Expectation was 6.2%. All right, coming up at 9:45 a.m., we've got final manufacturing PMI. At 10 o'clock Eastern, we've got ISM manufacturing PMI, ISM manufacturing prices, and construction spending month over month. We have total vehicle sales going all day. This should be interesting because the car market does seem to be just like the housing market. The car market does seem to be a good way of getting the pulse of where things stand in the market as far as the economy, at least. So this is going all day. So we'll see what happens. Natural gas storage comes out 10:30. That won't be important. At 11 a.m., crude oil inventories will come out. That also won't be that important unless you're trading oil, which we're not. Then at 1 p.m. Eastern, we've got FOMC member Harker speaking. So today's lots and lots of news, as you can see. So it should be a fairly volatile day. And then tomorrow, we're going to have some major announcements too. So today should be fairly volatile, is what the expectation is on my end. Okay, so having said that, let's take a look at which stocks were moving on the 31st. All right, so firstly, the Nasdaq yesterday, as you can see, really didn't have a strong trend. It was very neutral. So therefore, a lot of stocks didn't move very well. But we did have some that were good performers. Let's take a look at those. All right, so Novavax was able to reach target number one, which was $7.84, reached a high of $8.13, which was shy of $8.24 target number two. Coinbase was able to reach target number one, 61.54, a high of 62.59, so it fell short. Target number two, which was 63.78. Netflix didn't do anything, so I'll skip that. DXCM, this one was one of the ones that we discovered a little bit into the morning. This was discovered towards the end of the morning broadcast in the coaching room. But this turned out to be a great performer. It reached target number two of 117.24, and then went on to a high of 117.85. So DXCM Dexcom was a good one. Lyft, LYFT, was able to reach $9.07, which was target number one, reached a high of 909. So it didn't go any further than that. Target number two was 932. Obviously didn't reach there. Mondelez started the day off moving towards target number one, which was 73.01. It went past that, spent a lot of time around 73.01, and then finally, towards the middle of the session, began to advance to target number two, which was 73.55. INTC was speaking at a conference. It reached target number one at 30.22, no problem in the earlier part of the session. But then it had this massive explosion, and that went way past target number two of 30.73. The high of the day for Intel was 32.29. Again, this is movement off of some comments they made at a conference. Next up, we got T-Mobile, TMUS, which was able to reach target number one of 137.53. It reached a high of 138.73, which did not get to 138.93, which was target number two, but still very good move in general. This was another stock that we discovered a little later in the morning broadcast, but still worked out pretty well. PayPal, strong move up to get to target number one, 62.84. Then after reaching its high of the day, it reversed sharply to go below the range between yesterday's price range between that day's open and the previous session before that's close. So it almost got down to target number one to the downside, which was 60.84, but the low was 61.17 for PayPal. Similar story for Affirm. Sharp move up. It almost reached target number two of 15.90, peaked out of 15.78, then reversed almost down to target number one to the downside, which was 14.10. The low was 14.30 for that. Billy was bearish, but it never got past BILI, never got past or significantly past target number one. So it went below 15.66, which was target number one. Was on its way towards target number two, which was 15.06, but just got stuck at target number one. So never continued to go downwards. NNOX was sharply bullish, able to reach target number two, 18.62, very easily, and then reach a high of 19.73. Apple was not able to advance past target number one, which was 179.11, peaking out at 179.35. Microsoft, similar story, reached target number one, which was 335.74, and then Microsoft actually reversed so strongly that it reached target number one to the downside, which was 328.84. That was about it. So there are other stocks too, but these were some of the movers that we were watching. So let's take a look at what's moving pre-market. I see that SoFi has showed up on the radar. SoFi actually had a good day yesterday. I forgot to mention this one was something we saw pre-market, but as I mentioned, SoFi usually doesn't move in a really good range, but yesterday it did. I was able to reach a high of 703 from a start of 620. So for SoFi, that's a huge move. So that one actually did better, much better than usual. So I guess we should watch it today. So I'll add SoFi to our radar. Actually, never mind. I'll leave it on our regular list since it hasn't moved enough percentage-wise. Right volume, but not enough percentage movement. So we'll leave that one alone for now. Next up is AGBA, which is up almost 18%, 4.1 million shares. That definitely qualifies for what we're looking for in terms of volume and volatility. So we will add that to our radar, AGBA. All right, Lucid trading lower. Currently down 13% on about 15 million shares. So I do think that should be on our radar. So I'll add that to our watch list. I'm not sure why it's down so much. Let's see. Company announced a public offering of 173.5 million shares of common stock. So obviously they're trying to raise money to stay alive. So that's diluting the value of the shares. So we'll add Lucid to our radar for this morning. UCAR moving up. That's good for me. NASDAQ, UCAR currently up 64%, 5.5 million shares, so that's good. We'll add that to our radar for this morning. All right, and then lastly, we've got WLDS as far as what I can see, which is currently up 36% on 6.6 million shares. We will definitely add that to our radar. WLDS. All right. So let's just so far we got AGBA, LCID, Lucid, UCAR, UCAR, and WLDS. Bob Packwood mentions Hoth. Yeah, probably it looks like it might be a good fit. Yeah, okay. Hoth does qualify. Up 18%, 1 million shares exactly. So we'll add that to our radar, sure. MNPR. Let's see. Okay, maybe. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that qualifies. 2.5 million shares, about 32% up. Sure. MNPR is not on our radar. Okay. Any other stocks? NASDAQ stocks that are moving substantially in the pre-market, over 1 million shares, volume, volatility, at least a 6% change up or down. Obviously, we want stocks above $1. So any NASDAQ stocks that meet those criteria, be sure to mention that in the chat. We'll take a look at it. So any what we're specifically looking for anyone who's not familiar with our criteria, we're looking for any stock that's a NASDAQ stock. Firstly, the stock is trading above $1 per share right now. It has to have traded at least 1 million shares in this current pre-market session. And we want it to have a price change that's at least 6% positive or negative. The bigger, the better. Reunion, REUN. Sorry, Reunion. That might be one. Let's see. Yeah, it is. Over 1 million shares traded. Of course, it's NASDAQ. 55% change in price, and it's currently at $1.07, so it's just at the cusp. That does qualify. So we'll add that to our radar. REUN. Good spot there. Any others, folks? So far, Hoth, MNPR, and REUN are all added to our list. These were good finds. Any others, let me know. All right. So I guess we can wrap it up here for the pre-market pulse. We already got Lucid. Definitely already have Lucid here. So we'll just wrap up unless any other stocks pop up on the chat. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with your friends. Our audience is rapidly growing, so definitely glad that we're able to put out some good content that you guys want to see. For those of you who are not familiar with our program, be sure to check out fundertrading.com, our website, to learn more about how we fund traders. You'll see a description and link in other information in the description to this video. And for everyone else in the coaching room, I will see you guys there in about 15, well, actually about 17 minutes to be exact. All right. Other than that, have a great trading day, folks. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Take care.